Let's go, UW. Yo, the Steelers signed my dog, Valladay. He's a bit of a cross between Bell and Willie. I watched some of his highlights. That's
He's
not a
explosive
bad
as heck, bro.
comparison. He can run routes and work wonders in the screen game. Hashtag franchise RB.
Low key, so this is the funny thing, man. The people that are ex-fans, because he played at Wyoming, too. He was at Wyoming and then transferred to Arizona State. It's like the people that rock with him, they rock with him just like how official momentum does. Like, it's like super duper heavy. But he's not the first person I've seen with the Bell and Willie Parker combo comparison. Like, multiple people, whenever like
he's a very smooth and fast runner. That's what I got from watching him.
But he's an explosive athlete too. Like, was it 4.4 in the 40-inch vert, 10 plus broad? I'm like, yo, like,
it looks like he's faster than 4.4.
Seriously though, it's
on field.
I like it. It's interesting, man.
Yeah,
in terms of the camp signing right now, it's interesting.
I'm good with us picking him up for sure because it seems like he's better than any of those other
that we've been
random free agents that we've picked up, at least at the halfback position. But it's going to be tough for him because I feel like we have a solid 3 already with McFarland, Harris, and Warren. And then Connor Hayward's like halfback 4 kind of.
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing that makes it interesting for him, and this is ultimately why you do it, you're literally one play away from that all changing.
Yeah, it's just an injury.
One of those 3, roll an ankle, hammy, anything happens, especially with fast players. Now you're up. What do you do with that opportunity? So, I mean, yes, on paper we got our 3, but he definitely, I mean, just based on what he brings from an attribute standpoint, I mean, he can make it interesting. Now, I wish I would have looked into it a little bit more to see what was going on with him in Houston because he was there fresh out of college. They signed him as an undrafted guy this season, played in the game, the Texans game on, was that Friday or they played Friday or Saturday when they played. So he played in that game and then he was released afterwards. So not really sure, you know, where he was in terms of roster status and stuff like that. But for us, you know, this is a fresh opportunity, a fresh start. And that's the one thing I do love about Coach T. He truly, when he says he doesn't care about which means you got here, if you could play, you're going to see the field. He means that, man. It doesn't matter that this dude was just recently released or if he was a draft pick or he's a free agent signing. If he's good enough to play and make this roster and make this team better, man, he'll see the field.
He was really good in college.
Yeah, I mean, he's the in Wyoming, he has like the all-time rushing record there, bro.
And I saw for those 5 years, he did 4 at Wyoming and then did that extra one at AZ State.
He was filthy, bro.
For those 5 years, if you add up all of his rushing totals, he led all of college, FBS.
No, he's nice, bro. Like, in terms of what he did statistically, he put his stamp on his collegiate success. Yeah.
Yeah, I would take him right now, just based off what I've seen from all these guys in terms of like the highlight tape and what they did in previous stops. I like him way better than Darius Hagans, Greg Bell, and then that dude we just cut to bring on Valladay, and that was John Lovett. Yeah, Valladay stands out to me.
To me, he's a better athlete than all those guys as well. I thought with Darius Hagans, the guy we picked up from Virginia State, to me, I thought that he had good vision and burst, but his burst is not like Valladay's burst. You watch Hagans when he was playing at Virginia State, he would get in the open field, and he goes. My question was still, is that fast enough? Is he going to be fast enough? Is that explosive enough? Because obviously we know the competition is different, but it's just faster players at this level across the board. With Valladay, the way that he looks on tape, it's like when he goes, it's like, man, that thing has like a jetpack at times. You know, very similar to like how we looked at McFarland's not high school tape coming out of Maryland, where it's like, yo, certain dudes just look like they're playing in fast motion, almost like fast forward at times. He does have that type of speed with him, man.
So I actually did look up why the Texans cut him.
Yeah.
I was looking up like some Texans boards and stuff, maybe even on Reddit. I can't remember exactly what it was. But they were saying they were impressed with Mike Boone's performance and some of the other depth running backs in that first preseason game. And they brought in a receiver and I think another guy, and Valladay's like 4th on their depth chart, and he just had 4 carries and 8 yards in the first preseason game.
Gotcha.
I guess they just viewed him expendable. Now, my advice to the Texans, though, if I were them, I would have taken my chances on Valladay over Mike Boone. Mike Boone, I mean, you're trying to do this again? This is what, his 6th or 7th year? Just because he had 4 carries for 25 yards in a preseason game?
They say that's
he's going to be your RB3. Like,
yeah.
Take the chance on the flyer or take the flyer on the guy with the more upside.
Maybe they
the
view him
young
as their
guy.
Benny Snell.
I guess. I don't know. Yeah, maybe more special teams or something. But hey, we'll reap the benefits of it potentially.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, on paper, it does look like a really great opportunity for him. But now it is going to be on him to actually make the most of this chance. You know.
Because you look at the Texans depth chart, it's Pierce, Singletary, and then it's open with that third guy. But
you know where
Boone
Singletary
had the
came
better preseason game, and
you know where Singletary came from.
He's been in the league longer, I guess.
Yeah, but you know where Singletary came from,
right?
Where'd he come from?
You think he's in a better spot?
Nah, heck no. He definitely took a step down. What you think?
Might get more work out in Houston.
Might be better for him. Yeah. Probably no big winner down there though.
Yeah, not anytime soon for the Texans. I agree with you on that. Although Tank Dell looked good.
He did though, low key.
Although he pulled a Martavis in the end zone.
Yeah.
Like dropped it initially. It was a way easier catch, and then made it harder than what it had to be.
But he completed it though. Yeah.
A catch is a catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked good all around
fast.
though. Even outside of that, he looked pretty good.